Now, as Apple, since it's an Apple show, Apple says that the hacks that they've seen on the iPhone in this material, most of those have been patched. These were all 3 years old. These attacks, right?
Yeah. This really was a documentation of their entire bag of tricks. And so they're kind of like drive savers in that they have to have a Bernoulli drive, because what if someone comes in with a Bernoulli drive that needs to be data rescued? So they really, if they have a technique that will work for something, then they've got that documented, they've got that tool ready. So it doesn't mean that what are the chances that someone's going to have a BlackBerry 3 that has some data on it? Say, no, here's how you get into a BlackBerry 3. It's ready. It's on the shelf in case we need it. And it's also the fact that so many of this stuff was really well known, well documented. So many of these hacks were just or even commercial products that they had bought from security firms. It really is, again, let's make sure we have every single trick we can get. And you're right, it really is significant that none of these include something that was hitherto considered to be impossible, such as breaking end-to-end encryption.
Right.
Kelly?
Well, I think one of the things that I think is sort of lost in this is that when regular folks talk to their family tech support person, or the neighbor's nephew that comes over and reboots the router or whatever it is, like when they talk to that person is always lecturing them about making sure that they're up to date with the latest version of Mac OS or iOS or Android OS or whatever it is. And the reason for that is because of exactly this kind of thing. If you are still using a phone that runs iOS 8, it's going to be a lot easier for somebody to get into it if they decide that they want to and have some way to do so. And if you're running iOS 10, all of the ways that people could get into iOS 8 are eliminated. So you have to do something different if you're using iOS 9 or iOS 10. And I think that's one of the things that people aren't necessarily getting the message out about to regular folks, which is when we try to beat it into you, this is why you need to update. This is why you need to update. This is why, because all of the stuff that they were able to do to those older versions of operating systems, they can't do in the newer ones.